Hello there and welcome to my channel, The Paper Haven. My name is Julie Sutcliffe and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in the UK. Today I'm going to be sharing a few cards with the Mixed Florals bundle and the Mixed Media papers, and I'd just like to say thank you to my clients, customers who've purchased this online class. I'm going to try something a little bit different this time. I do put a lot of free videos out on YouTube for people to watch, and I'm online every Tuesday for coffee and card, and people can watch along with that whether they've purchased the course or not. That's not going to change, but I'm trying something different where I'd love it to be a little bit more interactive and my customers to sort of see each other on screen if they want to. And therefore, I'm going to be streaming parts of this class to a private Facebook group via Zoom, which I will then download and upload as a private YouTube video. But I don't think it's fair just to stop putting my videos out on YouTube. I don't want to do that, so I'll be putting part of the class out on YouTube. If you want to sign up for the class after it's gone live, then please do let me know, and I can send you details to order the products and purchase the class, and then I can send you the link. So I am going to be sharing the first few cards that we're going to make, and I'm going to go through the kit that I've put together for my customers. And the first thing is, if you've not attended one of my online classes before, I am trying to be a lot more sustainable and limit my the amount of single-use plastic that I'm using, or any plastic really, if I can get away with it. So often my kits that I send out might look a little bit boring in these brown paper bags, although they were nicely fastened up and they did have a little sticker on, branded sticker. But I send everything out. I use paper tape rather than plastic tape, and I'm just trying to do my bit. So just going to go through what's in the kit. Now, my clients should have also got some ribbon. I've not cut some for myself because I've left it on the spool, and also there would have been a strip of these wonderful antique pearls as well. So I tend to send out full sheets of card rather than cutting card down, because I like to teach my customers how to make their own card bases. In this instance, I've included a card base that I've created with the Everyday Arches dies. So all my customers have that, because not all of them have the Arches dies. And then you should have had, this is to my customers, a die cut crumb cake arch for one of the cards, and another plain one, which I will reveal what we're doing with that in our group. So in terms of cardstock, I always keep my white separate. So on the top you should have the thinner white. You can always usually tell which one's a thinner one by the sound, and it's slightly smoother. So, and then a sheet of petal pink, 2 sheets of early espresso, and a sheet of the thicker white, okay, which is for a card base. And then you should have a piece of the watercolour paper, because I am going to be doing some watercolouring. So that's what's included in the class. And customers also, and some linen thread, apologies. Customers also got a pack of the papers. Here they are. And then there was an option to have the stamps and the dies, and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to take this sheet that I'm using for the first cards. Now you will need a stamp set, and I'm going to make 4 cards using the one paper. And let me find, so yeah, let me find, no, not that one, not that one. Okay, so 2 of the cards, we cut this big piece down into 6 pieces, and 2 of them have the insides using the paper, and then the other 2 have some of the thin white, and you should have a couple of strips left over from when we cut the paper down. So I'm going to show you how to cut those. Now you will just need, so you will need this piece, you will need the thin white, and you will need the 2 sheets of early espresso. And the rest of it you can just pop away in the bag for now. Okay, I'm just actually going to grab my stamp set because I haven't. Okie doke, so let's cut the card bases first. And I always like to score them first. What I was going to say is, please bear in mind if you're watching in the US or Canada, we don't use the 8.5 by 11. That doesn't exist for us. We use a card that's called A4, and it's metric, which is centimetres or millimetres, and that's what we use in Europe and probably in the South Pacific, in Australia and New Zealand. But this all applies to, it's dead easy to convert it to yours. So we're just going to make 2 card bases from 1 sheet. So metric size, we're going to pop it in portrait, and we're going to score it, not cut, at 10.5 centimetres. And then we're going to flip it round, and we're going to cut it in between 14.8 and 14.9. Okay, and then we do 1 score, 1 cut, and we have 2 card bases. Okay, I think that blade needs... I picked up my wrong trimmer. I think that one's on its end of life, that blade. So I'm going to do that again, repeat. So we score, not cut, score at 10.5. We're going to flip it, and we're going to cut it in between 14.8 and 14.9, and then we're going to fold that. Then we should have 4 card bases. For now, we're going to just use half of this. So let's pop it in, and we're going to cut it at 14.3 and a bit. You can do it 14.3 and a half. We'll save this for later. Pop it in my bag. Flip it and cut 2 at 10 centimetres. 1, 2. That tiny bit is a scrap. So they're going to go on the inside of 2 of the cards. And finally, I saw Patty Bennett do these lovely cards, so I wanted to replicate them. Now, this piece of paper is actually in imperial. It's in inches, and it's 12 by 12 inches. It's also actually 30.5 centimetres. So what we are going to do, and I'm just going to double check myself here. Yeah, we're going to make this really easy. We're going to cut it at 10. Okay. So we've cut that at 10 centimetres. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it round and I'm going to cut another one at 10. Okie doke. So we now have 2. And are they identical? Yeah, they more or less are. More or less. Just that flower. Yeah. Okay. And then we are left with this. Now, this is actually a little bit taller than what we need. So, and it's a little bit wider. What I'm going to do is first, yeah, I'm going to cut it down to 10. Like that. I'm left with that little strip there. Okay, now I'm actually going to cut it in the middle, which is 6 inches or 15.25, but it's easier on our trimmer just to cut it at 6 inches, yeah? So we've halved this now, and I'm actually going to, I'm just trying to work out how I must have cut it before, because I've ended up with that. I don't know. Anyway, I probably cut a little bit off the edge. Yeah, probably. So, oh yes, I can see what I've done now. That's fine. We didn't need to really do that. We can cut this at 14.3 and a bit. So in between 14.3 and 14.5, and that's going to go inside. And then again between 14.3 and 14.5, and that's going to go inside one of the cards too. Okay, so we've got these 2 left. Now these are to decorate the fronts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, I want the tulips here on the left, and I'm going to cut again, so it's the same size, in between 14.3 and 14.4. So that's a front piece. Okay. Now that's that one, it looks like. Yep. That's very similar to that one. So I'll pop that with that. And then I'm just checking my others, and I'm just checking, it's up to you which side you want to cut your piece off. Yeah, so you can cut it off here, or you can cut it off here. I'm going to cut it off here, and then I've got a full piece to decorate the inside. So I'm going to cut it again in between 14.3 and 14.4, and I'm going to keep that to one side to decorate inside. So I've got my inside bits over to the right hand side of my desk, and then that is going to go on there. And then it's sort of exactly the same, really, more of the same. So I might actually, yeah, just do the same, really. So I'm cutting at the same 14.3 and a sniff, and then yeah, I'm going to cut off from this side again and use that for the inside. Okay, so we are nearly done. This paper helps you to make so many, well, so many, 4 cards in super quick time. I would have had these done in probably half the time, but I'm explaining and measuring and things like that. Now, I'm going to be using this stamp set called With You in Mind, and it's actually a million sale stamp set by a lady called Julie Davison. And the good news is I've enjoyed this stamp set. I think it's a nice size greeting, and it's being carried over into the brand new catalogue, and I've actually got a copy of that here, but I'm not allowed to open it. that I can give you a peek of the front cover. There we go. Loving it. So I'm using espresso ink, and I'm just going to do thank you for these, because I'm going to use these as thank you cards for my customers. Now, it's up to you where you stamp, but I think there's more room here. Just stamps beautifully. Now, this one's a bit tricky to fit in. Oh no. Super duper easy. So we have our 4 card fronts. Now, don't forget, remember, you get 2 sheets of this in a pack, because there's 2 sheets of each design. This is by far my favourite piece, pattern in the pack. So you will get 8 cards like this. So I've got my inside pieces here, and I've got my cards here, and I'm going to grab a glue. So, you know, there's not many measurements to remember with this one. It's 10 and 14, in between 14.3 and 14.4. Okay, 1 card done. Boom. And it's just a case of rinse and repeat, really. So this card really, this is a bit of a warm-up for my class attendees, because then we're going to do some more cards together. And these products are all available at the moment, and the last time I checked they were anyway, in my online store, details of which can be found in the description of this video. And if you haven't already, I'd love it if you could subscribe to my channel and hit that bell, and then you'll get notifications as to when I'm on. I did mention at the beginning of the class, I'm always live on a Tuesday morning, UK time, GMT, at 10:30. There may be the odd exception to that, because sometimes I do a holiday club, help with a holiday club in the holidays. So there's going to be an exception to that at Easter. just going to pop one of these. Oh, that looks wrong that way. I don't suppose it matters. Although I think that tulip's upside down now. Never mind, let's just leave it. Let's just leave it, Julie. Fabulous. So how long is this video? 21 minutes. But I think this would have taken us 10 minutes had I not been explaining and things. So we have just 4 simple cards. Let's let the beautiful papers do all the work. We've got a nice little bit of decor for the inside. And there we go. 4 really quick, and I hope you agree. Very, very lovely papers on there. I've chosen, as I say, to use a dark brown, the espresso, because I didn't want to use black, and I just thought there's brown here in the heads of these sunflowers, so we'll go with the espresso. Do please leave a comment if you've enjoyed the cards, and if you do have any questions about the products and you're in Europe, I can only sell in Europe, then please do leave me a comment or do get in touch with me via one of the links in my video description. And I'll be back on YouTube on Tuesday with my coffee and card as usual. And I thank you very much for watching today. Thank you. Bye-bye.